Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Steve with Real Progressives, and I'm coming to you live from the beautiful Susquehanna River with the site of the Capona Festival that Harrisburg puts on every single year. And wanted to talk to you all about the difference between a vote blue Democrat and a actual real progressive. And what I'm finding more and more is an absolute ignorance of the fact that there's a huge chasm of difference between the two. And what the problem is that we believe what we believe and we live our belief. The things that we say we live, the things that we say we do, and the things that we say we actually feel within our hearts and believe in our souls. And we take action according to what those beliefs are. The difference between the vote blues is that they will sell out those beliefs in a heartbeat in an effort to keep party unity. Party unity comes before children's lives and wars. It comes before truth. It comes before anything. So as we're sitting here talking about why we won't fall in line, how can you ever expect a progressive to fall in line with a vote blue kind of mindset? When you're looking at this stuff, you're asking yourself, what is it that I stand for? What is it that we stand for? And when you can tick off literally boom, 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 all the boxes that say this person is not what you're voting for, what you would support, and you believe in your heart that your vote, not who you didn't vote for, but who you did vote for, is what you're responsible for, there's no way in the world that you can actually vote for Hillary Clinton. You can sell yourself a bill of goods, you can do mental gymnastics, you can do all kinds of stuff, but that right there is what we call cognitive dissonance. It's personal and spiritual dissonance as well. When you may believe something or say something, yet do something completely counter to that belief in some perverse sense of fear or some perverse sense of unity that absolutely goes counter to everything you believe. And that right there is the huge difference, folks. And I'm going to stay with something that is near and dear to me, and that is war. I focus on war an awful lot in the things that I talk about, because war, there is no takebacks. After you die, there is no takebacks. There is no takebacks after you bomb a wedding. There is no takebacks after you bomb a country into smithereens. You can't take that back. You can't go, oops, my bad, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that, guys. I really didn't mean to do that. I meant to get the terrorist. You can't do that. And so it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. We have got to find a better way of exercising our foreign policy in this world. But that's not really the big deal. That's just one element of this. When you consider what it is that you're fighting for, and you consider what it is that you care about, if you don't take steps to actually make those things happen, you've done absolutely nothing. And what you have actually done is shown yourself to be complicit in the destruction of the very things that you say you stand for. It's like saying you're against domestic violence, yet turning your head when you see someone beating a child or beating their wife. That's what it's like. There is no redeeming quality in turning a blind eye to injustice. And we have these people, I swear on my life, I see them all day long. They saunter into a thread and say, if Donald Trump's president, it's on you people. It's on you people. And I'm thinking to myself, how in the world is it on me when Hillary never had my vote to begin with? How in the world do you expect me to be responsible for Donald Trump when I refused to support Hillary Clinton? I never was going to support Hillary Clinton. So how is it a vote for Trump? It completely is counterintuitive to everything a progressive stands for. And, we watched Tim Canova lose. We watched Alan Grayson lose. And the margins were so severe that you can't just blame it all on fraud. You can't blame it all on the Democratic Party sabotaging campaigns. You can blame a lot of it on that. But what I'm blaming it on is a whole lot of people who believe something, but yet think that voting for the winner means that their vote is somehow or another not a waste. That's what I think a lot of people are doing. They feel like if they vote for the winner, then their vote wasn't a waste. Well, the only reason why the other person didn't win is because you didn't vote for him, or you stayed home, or you didn't participate. And so real progressives, they don't care if they win or lose. I mean, they want to win, don't get me wrong. I mean, we'd like to win every friggin' seat in Congress, every seat in the Senate, every seat in friggin' local state governments. But we know at the end of the day, the idea here is that we have got to continue to build a movement, and that takes time. And so the idea that we are losing an election, and somehow or another that means we should vote for the inevitable winner, or the coronated winner, or the establishment favorite, because they will in turn win, and that any other vote other than that winning vote is somehow or another a wasted vote, is complete idiocy. So when we're talking about cognitive dissonance, if you are against war, I mean, seriously, think about this. If you are against war and you don't want people to die, and you don't want your children dying, and you don't want to see a host of kids from across the pond die as well, why would you vote for a candidate that will do that? If you don't want fracking, if you're worried about poisoning the waterways, and you're worried about the results of fracking on communities and stuff, and you're worried about earthquakes, and you're worried about gases emitted from old wells and the runoff, etc. If you're worried about that, why would you vote for a candidate that actually champions that? And the list is so long of those things. So when you look at these people that vote blue, you know for a fact that either A, they're complete and utter cowards, they're liars, or they're just not very smart. There isn't a whole lot in between. These people that sell themselves on the idea that they are somehow or another blocking Donald Trump by voting for Hillary are completely missing the point. They're completely missing the point, and they are complicit in the downfall of America. They're complicit in literally killing people. I've said it countless times that they're murderers by proxy. But that is just the tip of the iceberg. Cognitive dissonance is making sure that your mind, your body, and your spirit, and your actions all go together, that they're in tune, that the pitch is right, that there's not a lot of crazy vibrations. And the only way that you do that is to follow through. It's not some weird ideological purity. It's about fighting for what's right. If you don't do it, nobody's going to do it. So that's what a progressive does. A progressive doesn't go along to get along. A progressive doesn't vote for the lesser evil that the establishment says is the lesser evil. A progressive does what they know to be right in their heart, in their spirit, and in everything that they do. When they ask themselves the things that matter to them, they look and see, does the vote match with that? Does my activities match with that? Do the things that I say match with that? Do the things that I champion match with that? If not, why not? These are the things that make the difference between a progressive and a Democrat. You can be a progressive Democrat, but you can't be a Democrat only. A Democrat, if you're a Democrat first before you're a progressive, then you're walking around without a compass. Vote blue is not anything righteous about it. In fact, vote blue is a cancer. If you don't hold blue accountable, if you don't make blue behave accordingly, you have in essence given a blank check to murderers, thieves, all kinds of corporate raiders. You have given rise. You've given rise to everything that is wrong. And it's up to us as progressives to ensure that we stay true to our beliefs, stay true to our ideals, and stay true to the principles that make us real progressives. With that, this is Steve Grumbine, hoping you have a great day.